Well, hello. Welcome to the channel Divine Truth Tarot. We have made it through the Aries full moon. Hallelujah. Thank Jesus. This has been a doozy. Things have literally been blown up, okay? Karmic situations are blowing up left and right. And this is for the Divine Feminine as well. We're going to go into that a little bit in the reading. Wanted to just state, there are a few of you who are reaching out about readings. I caught up on emails and then I got behind again as I catch up on private readings. So I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking December off more than likely. I haven't fully 100% decided, but 99% sure that I'm going to take December off and just focus on readings for the channel and see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm opening up November to some more private readings so that those of you who really want the private readings can get in with me. I have a couple slots left, more than a couple, but what I'm going to do is go through my emails and I will be responding to those over the weekend here. And you guys will get top priority. So if you're definitely wanting to book, go ahead, look out in your emails and go ahead and just book your spot, because once they're gone, they're going to be gone until January. And then I'll go from there and I'll decide what I'm going to open up. But this is just what I need to do at this time. And I want to thank everyone for reaching out for a private reading. I want to thank all of you for being there for each other. I want to thank you for the emails that I receive on an almost daily basis, sharing your story, giving me strength and power, and reminding me of, the truth in my own journey, restoring my faith, and just for being who you are. So thank you so much for everything for this channel, for the community. I found out yesterday, I got an email from someone and she said a few of you connected on the live video yesterday, and that made me really happy to hear that through this community, through our channel, that you guys are connecting to each other. So that I'm very grateful to be able to have this platform, and I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you all. And let's get into the reading, guys. We have the Halloween Oracle, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to start off with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And as you can see, I'm using my beautiful brand new tarot card stands. I just think they're gorgeous. I wish you could see this one a little bit more. It's a rose gold, but it's absolutely stunning. It's just a little hard to see sometimes, but hopefully it appears stronger in the video than what I can see here. I've got another rainy day here, so it's a little challenging. I thought about turning the light on a little bit brighter in the room. And I thought, no, I kind of like this sort of just rainy day energy, right? Vibe that's coming through. So let me know how you guys are doing. Give the video a like, give me a shout out in the comments below. Please share. Sharing goes such a long way, guys, for YouTube vloggers. Sharing is what grew my last channel organically. So if you feel, if you're up to it, please do share the videos. Please share my channel with others. It really, really helps to spread the word. I don't do any marketing or advertising or anything like that. So I'm very grateful just for every like, for every comment, for every view. Even if you're not comfortable commenting or any of that, just give it a like, and then just your presence alone, is very beneficial. Ooh, what do we have coming up for the twins? Let's go ahead and invite in, of course, our main man, Archangel Michael, along with Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and we're also going to invite in Archangel Metatron, because for a lot of twins, as I've been talking about, divine timing is something that's we're being challenged. We're really being challenged. I want you to know that there has been some warfare over the past several weeks leading up to this full moon. We have another big, gigantic, mega full moon on October 31st. The girls and I, it's a trinity. It's myself and two other divine feminines. We are going to be in the mountains and we're going to be broadcasting. We hope to do it on Halloween. If not, it will be November 1st, but we'll be arriving on Halloween. We've got a little spa date for ourselves, but we're hoping after dinner to be able to broadcast a little later in the night, and we would love to have you guys there. It's a full moon in Taurus, the opposite of Scorpio, but we're going to be in the sun sign of Scorpio for Halloween. It's also Halloween, the veil is thin. In addition to that, this is a very rare occurrence. It's a full moon that can be seen around the world. It's the first time this is happening since 1976 or 1944, and we haven't had a full moon on Halloween, I think they said, for 17 years. So it's a rare occurrence, and it's super powerful. So again, we have to remember there are forces out there that know the power of twins and light workers and star seeds coming together, and indigos and crystal children and rainbow children, and they don't want to see us succeed, but we are going to succeed. So the more we can stay grounded in our faith, it's actually not a bad idea right now, guys, to kind of step into the 3D world. So again, take a break from meditation if you feel called to. Take a break from, prayers if you feel called to. I'm not saying permanently, but temporarily really immerse yourself in your 3D world and get grounded. And it's funny because as I say that, we have the Enlightenment card here coming up from the Sacred Oracle deck. So I see this as like a wisp of knowledge. I see this as something that's going to pierce you quite profoundly. It's sort of going to be like this aha moment, right? Where you're just going to go, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that makes sense. I understand, right? All of a sudden I understand. So there is definitely this energy that wants to come through of, there's going to be clarity. Where there was confusion and chaos, there's going to be clarity coming through as to what this journey means. Because as I explained yesterday, a lot of the energies coming through for the divine feminines have been that the divine feminines have really felt kind of left out in the cold. They feel like divine timing has forsaken them, or the journey has forsaken them. And a lot of the feminines as well are really feeling the stress and pressure of needing this journey to sort of speed up. And that's why we called in Archangel Metatron. There's going to be a moment where you just understand why things are happening the way they are. It's going to be sort of a crash course, if you will. And if it hasn't happened, feminines, don't worry, because it is going to happen. Okay, and as that happens, right, as the feminine achieves enlightenment, there's going to be this energy of sort of like, like being able to relax maybe for the first time in a while. And there's this, it looks like a sailboat. It looks like a sailboat basically in the universe, right, in the galaxy. And it's sort of like this pathway to understanding one's soul on a deeper level, understanding this journey, the faith in forces that are greater than us, faith in the unseen, faith in the unknown. And it's funny because I just told you to ground. I'm telling you to ground because I feel like there's going to be another push through here. It's going to require a lot of strength and a lot of courage for the divine masculine energies inside of us and the physical divine masculine to push through to the next stage of their journey, because they're sort of in resting mode and hiatus mode at this time. And they're going to be asked to really give it that push, to push everything forward. And the feminine is going to, that's why you're grounding right now, because the masculine's doing a lot of work in the astral realm. So it's kind of like a little role reversal where the masculine's being asked to really step into faith and spirituality, and the feminine is asked to sort of just live her 3D life, for now, and just, things like taking out the trash and brushing your teeth and cleaning the house, fall, getting ready for fall, decorating, for somebody out there. I'm seeing apple pies and pecan pies. So if that resonates, let me know in the comments below, because typically when something comes through like that as a channeled message, it's for somebody in particular. So maybe it could be a memory, of baking with your mom or baking with your grandmother or your family when you were younger, but it's definitely coming through almost to the point where I can taste like the apple crumble and I can smell it. in the oven. It's really powerful. I don't normally get smells. I don't normally get taste, but that's coming through. So what they're also telling me is new gifts are going to start opening up for you, as they just did for me. They're going to start opening up for you. We're going to start to feel like, if before you felt like you weren't clairaudient, or you weren't clairvoyant, you may start to open up those gifts, and they're going to start to come online very strongly, because again, we're in such a powerful portal of change, and the divine masculines are starting to wake up to their innate gifts as well. But it's scaring the shit out of them, honestly. They're like pooping their pants, because they're realizing that these gifts have to be used. You can't, when you have a sacred gift like this, when you have such a powerful gift to share with the world, you can't just hold it in and pretend like you're not special and pretend like you're not important. And the masculine's done a really good job up to this point of pretending that they're not important and really questioning their self-worth. But they're not going to be able to do that anymore, because they're being asked to really expand their awareness, the awareness of the self, the awareness of the journey, the awareness of the feminine energy within them, the awareness of the universe and their role and place in the universe. And they're now reaching into this invisible realm, right? The 5D, the astral realms, with spirit and spirit guides and their ancestors who have crossed over, and they're connecting with what they can't see. So the feminine's grounding in the physical, while the masculine really digs really deep beneath the surface of things to see things differently, turning over the rock to examine what's underneath it, instead of just saying, oh, that's a rock. They're saying, well, what's underneath it? What life lies underneath the rock, and what gems are there for me? What information can I gather? What insight can I gather from this rock? They're being led to this place of having faith within themselves, having faith in the big picture, having faith in the feminine, having faith that the feminine is waiting. That's a big one for the masculines, knowing that the feminine hasn't forgotten about them or hasn't given up on this journey. And there's a lot of transformation. There's a lot of things that are going to be illuminated for the masculine. Lots of changes ahead, guys. I've been saying this, lots of changes ahead, but the majority of them are really good. And so, yeah, I feel like it's going to be tower moments, but really good tower moments. Tower moments that are going to flip everything upside down for the masculine. And if they've been fighting the change and transformation, and they've been trying to stay in their 3D world, they're going to be asked to really stretch beyond the limits of what they thought they knew or what they thought they were. And then we have focus. So we have what looks to be a snow leopard. Let me confirm that, actually. Let me confirm that that is a snow leopard. It doesn't say. Well, it has to be a snow leopard because it's in the snow, right? So it's kind of like what we focus on is going to magnify, right? So we have to be careful of what we decide to focus on. Now, this has to be a snow leopard. Yes. It doesn't totally look like it. It kind of looks like a tiger, but it's got the spots. Okay, we're going to call it a snow leopard in the snow-capped mountains. And snow leopards are very independent creatures. They stay with their mom for about, I think it's 2 years, and then they go off on their own, and they live for the most part a solitary life, sort of solitary confinement, but of their own choice. And then they'll mate, and then they'll, go off alone. They're not, they don't mate for life. They're not kind of like penguins. They don't have one mate, and then, that's their love. That's the love of their life. They can have many throughout a lifetime. So they do stay with their cubs, the mothers do, but the fathers do not. So the mother raises the cubs, the father goes off and has more cubs with another woman. And then the cubs grow up, and then they're on their own, one day. So the thing about it is, to be a snow leopard and to be able to live on your own and survive in these harsh conditions in the mountains, you have to be able to be focused. Focus on the task at hand, focus on hunting, focus on taking care of your cub. One move that's sort of out of alignment and you could risk your life and your cub's life. And so these female snow leopards, a divine feminine in the essence, in the body of the snow leopard, has to be really careful about the moves that they make. And the masculines are being asked at this time, as enlightenment hits them, they're being asked to really focus on what it is they want, not what they don't want, to be less scattered. Masculines, think about it. the tendency for workaholism, the tendency to sort of, it's kind of like in the name of commitment, they would commit themselves to too many projects at once, taking on too many things at once, trying to please too many people. And again, it was always at the expense of themselves and their health, right, and their well-being. Now they're being asked to focus on this one task at hand, the mission work that is with the divine feminine. And this is the, representative of the divine feminine here, the female snow leopard in the snow. And you can see she's very at ease, and she's very focused on what she's doing. She's not letting anything deter her from her journey. She's making her mark on the land, right? This indelible mark that says, I was here, I am here. So the masculine's being asked to do much of the same thing, to concentrate deeper on what it is that he wants to draw into his reality, gathering his inner resources, with that intensity and passion that the divine masculines have naturally. So this is also about, him traveling to those higher realms and elevating to higher consciousness. And, both of these, enlightenment and focus, indicating that he's traveling, okay? He's doing some astral traveling, likely in his sleep. He's traveling to the feminine, and he's trying to communicate to the feminine. If your masculine is held back from communicating in the 3D, understand that it's for protection right now, and understand that he's being held back, he's being prepared so that he's able to come forward and speak clearly and speak the truth instead of just fragments of the truth, which is what the feminine was receiving before. Happiness, right? We've got the two dolphins. This is my Two of Cups. This is my union card. This signifies contentment, emotional fulfillment. Dolphins are very playful. Dolphins are lighthearted. They're very intelligent. They have emotional intelligence. They're social creatures. They like to be together. They're part of a pod. They're part of a family. They're not solitary. So the opposite, of the focus card. So I see this as the union energy coming in here. The sun is shining on these connections, right? We have this beautiful, just rainbow energy, right? The reds, the yellows, the blues, the purples, the orange, the yellow. I said that. The only color I don't see is the green. So I see this as just the ultimate fulfillment, ultimate contentment coming into these connections. And, I'm really loving this, because what better energy to have than union energy coming in? There's rewards coming in for these connections, especially those of you who have had to be extra patient, extra, just extra focused, on your own personal journey while your masculine, went off and did what they needed to do. There's rewards incoming, and it's in the form of this. There's going to be a shift into happiness, a shift towards happiness, a shift towards coming together, whereas you were pulled apart. It's like you're being pulled apart so that you can be drawn back together. Like I've said, it's kind of like your paths diverge only to converge again. And this is what happens on the twin flame journey. And it oftentimes feels like it's done forever. Like, okay, our paths diverged and I'm never going to see them again. I'm never going to hear from them again. And just when you think that, bam, they pop back into your life. The universe will give you a little piece of reunion, or they'll give you, a text message or a phone call, or you'll see them in public, or something will happen that will trigger you. That will trigger you two to come back together. So there is this, it's not a longing energy that I'm feeling right now. It's very much the energy of determination to come back together and to create this Two of Cups. Let's check in with the feminine energy. What's the feminine on her sacred destiny? Where's the feminine on her sacred destiny? She's quiet today. Where's the feminine on her sacred destiny? Really? Okay. Okay. Interesting. So we've got community, stillness again. Yeah, patience for the feminine. Yeah, patience. Waiting for your ships to come in. Just being that symbol of grace while the masculine does what they need to do. Doesn't always feel graceful, I know, but that's a repetitive card. That's a repetitive energy there. And then we have this energy of community, So we've got butterfly and a rainbow, two symbols. So butterflies and rainbows, symbols of transformation, symbols of really, I mean, if you look at it, look, we have the energy here of community. We have the energy of the dolphins, and the dolphins are very, again, community oriented, right? They're a part of a greater whole. They don't like to exist on their own. They don't thrive on their own. They thrive in the companionship of others and partnership with others. Let's see if I can get all the cards in there. Beautiful. I'd like to take a look at because these are new decks, I'm going to just take a look here and see what the book says. Ancient forest. The towering ancient trees in a forest look distinct from one another, yet beneath the surface of the earth, their roots are intertwined. So this is telling us that just because your paths diverged and it looks like you're taking different paths right now doesn't mean that that's actually what's happening. So there's illusions going on the surface, like we've been talking about for months and months. Their roots act like a kind of communication system throughout the community of trees. Instantaneous, this is about the 5D communication. Instantaneous messages travel through this underground system. Nutrients can travel on this network. Yeah, right. So you're giving each other, you're giving each other nutrition, nutrition of the mind, nutrition of the soul, even through the separation. This is so interesting. Trees at one side of the forest can supply the nourishment required on the other side of the forest. Danger at one end of the network is communicated to the far end of the intertwined roots. So you guys are communicating if there's danger ahead, right? You're communicating if there's rewards ahead. You're communicating to each other on the journey in the 5D. This is all about 5D communication. Even for those of you who are in 3D communication, the 5D is going to ramp up and be extra strong at this time. Just reminding you that support is always around you. You're never alone. You have a community of other divine feminines, a community of people who can support you. And then we have success. I mean, so this card speaks for itself. We have this energy of, you know, we've got the black leopard there. Black leopard is another animal that is very elusive. So there's this elusive energy. I feel like what that's saying, what that's trying to convey here is the energy has to be elusive at this time so that the energy needs to be elusive so that the other side doesn't know what's going on. Like these, and also so our ego doesn't know, so we don't attach to timing, because if we knew when it was going to happen, we could easily put our life on hold, right? If a reader says, oh, you're going to be united in 6 months, you might put your life on hold. Other people might do everything in their power to make their lives even more and more powerful, but many would put their life on hold, wouldn't live, and would just be betting on that. And then if that didn't happen, your whole life would basically go to shit. So this is one of the reasons why we're not meant to know when it's going to happen or when success will happen, but also it's protecting the unions, right? It's protecting the unions from any external outside influences that, you know, threaten to take them down or threaten, you know, to really just to threaten to, yeah, to take down the counterparts and take the unions, you know, out of kind of the sight of the counterparts. Just want to, there you go. I'm trying to get all of those in the picture. Beautiful. Look at that. What a beautiful sight. Okay. So let's go ahead and travel over to the Halloween Oracle and find out, okay, what we have going on here for the month of October for the twins. Divine masculine working on strength. Strength from the inside out. Okay, we like that. Divine masculine's working on getting stronger and stronger. Divine feminine, night song, hidden talent. So yeah, divine masculine's working on their strength while the divine feminine is over here and she's working on her, you know, waking up to her powers. Again, more strengths, more gifts coming online than she realized she had. So she's, as this happens, the masculine is getting stronger and stronger and more able and ready to come forward to her and to actually be able to have that conversation, that meaningful conversation, not just the conversation of, hey, how are you? How's it going? And then I'm going to disappear again. This is the conversation. You know, if you set that intention, if you set that boundary in your connection, then this is the masculine saying, you know, I promise you meaningful communication, not just this communication that's going to just sort of like break your heart again or make you wonder again where you stand. You shouldn't ever have to wonder where you stand with someone. You're so much worthier than that. You have so much more worth than that. So the masculine knows this. And for the union energy, we have the veil, the future. So the future, interesting, because look, we have success in the future. So success is coming in the future for these connections. This is the promise of success, the promise of union, the promise of your counterpart coming back together with you, the promise of these unions happening in this lifetime. And look, on the bottom of the deck, ooh, look on the bottom of the deck, I have change, mummy, and dawn, the light after the darkness. So, I mean, very powerful, very telling. The light after the darkness, and we have the dawn. So what does this tell us? This tells us that these connections are absolutely, things are brewing behind the scenes. This tells us that you may feel blindfolded right now to what is going on or what is going to happen or what the future holds, okay? And if there's going to be success in your connection, it may feel like, you may feel the opposite of success at this time is what Spirit is saying for some of you. But understand that the blindfold is going to be taken off at the exact time that it's meant to for you, and understand that change is happening. The masculines are changing behind the scenes. Strength is being brought into this connection, into the masculines. The feminine is over here. Just keep on working on your talents. You know, keep hush hush is what I'm hearing. Even though this is night song, you can sing your song at night, but you know, by daytime, you just want to sort of keep it under wraps, because you don't need everyone to know your business or what you're doing or what you're about to unleash out into the world. You're going to have more success if you keep it to yourself until you're ready to unveil it fully. And that's just because there are forces and powers out there that don't wish to see you succeed. But so just keep it to yourself is what I'm hearing. So keep it to yourself, and, you know, with other divine feminines, keep it in a safe, sacred space, okay? And the light after the darkness signifying, yes, change is coming in. Okay, and as change comes in, this is like a mummification of the past, right? The things that need to go to rest, that need to be laid to rest, are going to be laid to rest. And the future is bright. So I was actually going to start pulling some more cards from the Light Seers Tarot, but I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to deliver another wonderful magical reading for you guys later tonight. Okay, so have a beautiful, beautiful night, beautiful Friday, happy weekend. And I hope the energies from the full moon are passing along. Okay, good riddance. And I will see you in another video later tonight. I will set a time for that. I'm going to try to premiere that around 7 or 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Have a beautiful night, guys, and I'll see you then with some vegan popcorn.